Alright, welcome back to Case Closed, Anime Review, episode 219. We're here reviewing, the episode 1000, 1106, yes, 1106, Kid vs. Amuro, Queen's Bang Part 2. Yep, and we're also discussing new chapter of the manga, which, they did confirm this. Yeah, they confirmed this at the end of the recent chapter. Next chapter comes out in 5 weeks. So, since this one came out this past week, so I'd say by the second week of January, we're going to see it. It's basically this new chapter of the manga that just got released. This is probably going to be the last chapter released this year alone. So, but let's talk about the new episode itself. New episode covers basically the last couple pages of chapter 1077 and goes to the entirety of 1078. So, Conan basically questions Amuro, Azazi, and Kedra, the public security officer, about various different things. And of course, asked about that, and of course, they else about pain in their hands. And the pain in their hands actually was the key to find out who the Kato Kid basically is disguised as. Well, he's the public security officer. Yep. Yeah, so pretty much basically like after some investigating, and of course the inspector look over the museum twice looking for the cow kid, couldn't find him. Like he questioned, oh, he didn't fly away, he didn't flee through the door, so he's still there. Yeah, and Conan figures out also that like basically I figures out it's actually inspector. It's quite interesting. So is due to the pain in his hand. He also notices a key thing that actually was also a key to basically found Macau Kid's check about how he stole a tiara. Simple. He took this small box-like thing from underneath this bench that he had put there when he was a visitor, and put that on a whole spray the paint thing. He puts on top, and as it supposedly took it. But then eventually he takes it after finding out about it. Yeah, and then of course, and by the way, he thinks he talks to Amuro, and it turns out, nope, it's not Amuro, it's actually the security officer he disguised himself as. So then he's about to escape from the roof. He's about to escape with the Queen's Bang, and then he, gets handcuffed as soon as he gets. By the way, he used to use his card gun. Haven't seen that in a while. Yeah, his card gun. We used it first to basically get away from first do a couple times to give inspectors, and then go through like the roof, the skylight. He gets outside, and he's like outside for 10 seconds, and then slap on the wrist. Like, what? Well, he gets handcuffed. Yeah, by Amuro. Like, oh yeah, I basically have won. And of course he explains the whole thing. And then eventually the cow kid tricks him enough so he spooks him with smoke and he gets away. But he does leave the tiara behind. And they also actually Soneko talks to us about the fact that, she's a fan of the Kato Kid. And here she is trying to get his, of course she didn't see the Kato Kid. But this definitely was a good episode. I did enjoy this brief two-parter. But, excuse me, it might be a bit before we get another. My guess is we probably won't get another canon episode probably for another month. Because the next couple episodes are anime original. Next week's episode, airing this coming Saturday, is I Was Hit Up. So, now let's talk about the last chapter released just this year. The last chapter of 2023, chapter 1122, The Detective. And this is officially the end of this arc. And I'm so happy this is not a 3-parter. It's only a 4-parter. Thank you. And of course, yeah, we're going to deduction show with. Now, I do at least praise this chapter for this. At least they call Kudo by his correct name, Sichi, because I read the last two chapters. They call him Jimmy, which is the dub name he got in the Funimation dub. Here he basically just calls Sichi. So yeah, they basically reveal the whole thing with a murder, and they find out who it is. And by the way, it's not the old man. So it turns out it's actually, well, the guy wore a mustache. It is, yeah, none other than basically the secretary of the president who got killed off. Yep. So he basically finds this is a little text. Yeah, fireman's carry, and of course you have Hydra find the whole thing fireman's carry. And like, yeah, he kind of figures it out, and eventually like, what? And of course he handcuffs his legs, finds out he's the Kaito kid, and of course Ran easily points out he is a Kaito kid by pointing to the wrong cheek where Ran kissed him on. Ran kissed him on the right cheek. Would you watch the episode? Yeah, that's a reference to that. Not the left cheek. No way, it was Kid-sama! An apology. And of course, like, oh, pulls a hand out, and look at this. Whoosh! Flowers! He's like, really? Say it all. I saw your face. I just want to stay what you say forever. I was all imp talk from Kid. No, those are the words of Coach himself. Right, Conan? Yeah. Yep. Yep. He was contacting him the whole time. And talking to me in the bow tie. Yep. So, yeah, Kid gets away. He doesn't steal what he was probably going to steal anyway, which is... Isn't that strange, though? When Kaito Kid shows up, this is only the second time he's shown up where he doesn't steal anything. At least this time. In canon, he's actually accused of murder, which is something he was accused of in the movies, which that proved to be not true. And this also was the first time in canon, in this arc, he disguised himself as Sichi Kudo, which he did in the movies as well. I like the fact that basically the writer did that. Yep. But this overall was a really good chapter. And I can't wait for the very next chapter, which will air, which will release probably next month. Yeah, and it's interesting the fact that the detective from the Kaito Kid series almost found him out. Now, will Kaito return? Who knows? It's been a couple years, so we'll find out and see. Now, you're probably a little curious. Like, with this arc wrapped up, and of course the arc they pretty much adapted for the episode, here's a very interesting question about this particular arc, per se. Like, actually, more like the manga. The question for the manga is, what's next arc to be adapted? Because they just finished adapting Kaito Kid and the Queen's Bangs, which was a 3-part story arc, which was adapted for 2 episodes. The next one is also a 3-parter called Wataru's Date Book. Yes. Which came out 2 months after this arc came out. You're thinking, really? 2 months? Yeah, and here's the thing. The last time they did a canon case prior to this one was only just like 3 months ago. Do I think they might wait 3 months for the next one? Not sure. It's strange to the fact is because between the arc they did previously, that was only like, what, about a month later, a little month later. And this one's like 2 months. 2 or 3 months later. Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. But I think next one will probably be with Taro Date's Notebook. That'll be the very next case. Obviously. Yes. And you might be curious though. What arc is next one that's not 3 chapters, aside from this most recent one? Aside from the most recent arc that wrapped, aside from this arc here, the next time you will see an arc that's more than 3 chapters is Chest Murder Case. A arc that took up roughly 6 chapters, which makes it the first one since the FBI serial murder case be that length. Yes. Most everything else has been, except for this one here, it's been mostly put just 3 chapters. Yeah. Oh, if you're really curious, how many more chapters will be adapted for the anime? Well, in the case of the ones up for 2021, there's like 2 left. Overall, it's like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like about 9. Actually, no, this one actually took like a 2-month break. So yeah, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's roughly about 14 cases left. Well, overall, how many chapters per se? Well, they got the 78, and this was like 22. That is roughly about, I'd say about 44 chapters. Yeah, 44 chapters. So, could this next one be like next month? It's possible, but who knows? That's my guess as anyways. Probably wait next month before we see the release of the very next canon episode. Hopefully that's next 3 months again. Hopefully not. Yep, so yeah, that's a particular review. So, stay tuned for my very next review, which is going to be tomorrow. Okay, next video.